Hey everybody, what if you could do one thing on a daily basis or teach it to your parents, your grandparents that could absolutely improve their memory, sharpen their focus, and strengthen their brain and yours as well as you age. And it is never too early to start. This show was actually kicked off by some amazing research that I was looking into on how not necessarily a specific biohack or supplement or anything like that could improve your brain as you age, because we know there are lots of those. We've talked about those before in terms of improving your melatonin production as you sleep, get enough deep sleep, certainly enough REM sleep, all sorts of things that you can do to improve your brain, to decrease your chances for dementia or Alzheimer's by almost 100%, truthfully, right? We also gave you all sorts of preventative-based measures, looking at non-contrast, no radiation MRIs for the brain. But today, what I want to share with you is a tip that's completely free. Anybody can do it, and honestly, should do it. And what the research I was looking at was actually from Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, as well as other small research studies that have shown over and over that daily handwriting for just 10 to 15 minutes can dramatically sharpen your memory, improve your focus, and strengthen your brain as you age. Now, I want to share with you one of those clinical studies, and this is actually, it's quite surprising because they gave them exactly the same thing to write or type. They split people into two specific groups. The individuals did not know why they were in this particular experiment. They gave them the same content, same amount of time, and they simply typed or they hand wrote the specific information. After months, there was a clear difference in memory, in the brain's processing speed, in overall recall. And across the board, handwriting improved all of those specific areas of the brain. And even though people are working with their hands, it did not have the same effect. So I want to share with you exactly what they found. That handwriting engages fine motor networks in the brain and the nervous system. It improves overall spatial processing. Why? Because you are writing each letter, not typing it, but you're writing the letter, so you're making the lines, right? And you're also judging the distance from letter to letter and word to word. Much different. And also one line above the other. It's improving overall language encoding, which is more challenging for the brain when you're writing from hand on paper, and improves the different memory systems, which is essentially using recall. So all of this is supported by neuroscience-based evidence, and it just shows that the networks in the brain are activated to a much higher degree when someone uses handwriting over a less sensory motor intensive activity such as typing. So a few other notes from this study, which I thought, again, were remarkable, and then I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do yourself, is that the brain doesn't just store information. It encodes experiences. So when you write by hand, it's engaging movement. It's activating that spatial awareness. It's involving your recall, literally, of memory to words to writing. Typing is very fast. It's almost momentum-based and automatic where you're not thinking about it in the same way. There's far greater, as I talked about before, sensory motor skill of fine motor. Essentially, fine motor is more intricate movements, right? So that's where we talk about that. So holding a pen and writing and drawing lines to essentially create letters or in different languages, different images, is just far more in depth than punching a keyboard. Even though punching a keyboard and tapping those keys is far more efficient. But productivity, interesting-wise, the amount you get done does not equate to the improvement in overall brain recall, memory, and sharpening our overall focus. So just that little bit of extra effort about actually writing down your thoughts or journaling, which I want to share with you in just a moment, is one of the best things that you can do to improve your chances for not getting dementia and Alzheimer's as you age. Now, there was some back and forth online, which did say that in this study, all the individuals were over the age of 80 years, and none of those had dementia or Alzheimer's. And what they found was all of those people did daily handwriting for 15 minutes. Now, I could not corroborate that part of it. What I could back up with the clinical evidence in multiple studies is that handwriting beats out almost anything else for all of the different benefits that I just stated. Now, is it the only thing that you should do to improve overall dementia and Alzheimer's? Of course not. I have lots of shows on how to prevent dementia and Alzheimer's, and we'll continue to teach on that subject as well. I have videos specifically on YouTube on the top 5 things that you can do to decrease dementia and Alzheimer's. You can just find that at my name, Stephen Cabral, over on YouTube. You'll be able to find that. But what I want to share with you is this, is that memory doesn't just decline as we age. It declines because we have deficiencies in the body, literally. We have a lack of methyl donors. We have a lack of improved mitochondrial-based nutrients, and I could go on and on about that, with creatine that's been shown over and over to be effective, vitamin B3, CoQ10, etc. Right? So all of those things are important, and we should get them, right? But we don't need to supplement everything individually. You can use a good daily activated multi or daily nutritional support. It's going to have most of all of those things in it, right? Get enough vitamin D3, keeping your blood sugar levels balanced, all that absolutely matters, right? Keep inflammation down, keep your omega-3s up, whether you're doing it through 5 times a week with wild fatty fish, or you're using your daily omega-3 support, whatever works for you, truthfully, right? We have to do those things. But what the brain also needs is novelty, right? And handwriting is novel. It really is. That's why when people say, well, learning a language, playing the piano, doing Sudoku, literally with your hands, all of that is novelty and it's challenge. Believe it or not, writing is a challenge. It honestly is. Spatial awareness, like especially if you can use line paper, of course, but what would be even better is just a blank journal. That's literally what I share with a lot of individuals that are in my practice in their later 60s and certainly in their 70s, and just journal on a daily basis. The best thing that you can do is honestly gratitude journaling. It really is. Upon waking, before bed. You can write a little bit in the morning. You can write more before bed. And what can you do? Simply giving thanks for what came up that day or the day before. Or to start your day, what are you thankful for? Right? And at the end of the day, the amazing things, not everything, of course, during the day was amazing, but what can you find to be thankful for at the end of the day? If you're looking to improve your overall health and happiness, and yes, your brain, there really isn't too much better than gratitude journaling. That is the truth. Like being able to simply have perspective in life and give thanks is one of the best things that we can do for our overall mental health. And the more that you have to be grateful for, the more that you start to see in your life that you can be grateful for, the more that will come into your life to be then more thankful for. That is the truth. That's what I've seen, because what you focus on in your life grows. You can focus on negative things, or you can focus on positive things. Negative things absolutely happen in our day-to-day, but we see less of that and focus more on the positive if that is what we are training our brain to do. So my humble suggestion would be this: grab a moleskin-based journal or any type of journal that you would like. Keep it lineless if you want, or put the lines in there. The lineless is just a little bit more challenging to keep in straight lines, and of course, it's just yours. Nobody else is going to see it. Set aside 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Just set a timer for 10 minutes. That's all that you need. When the timer goes off, you can keep writing for another couple minutes if you'd like, but 10 minutes is such a short period of time, right? And during that time, all you're going to do, and it does not matter what you write, you're going to freely associate and freestyle what you want that you're thankful for, or maybe it could just be thought-based. I write in a journal all the time, not always giving thanks, but oftentimes new ideas, new thoughts, outlines for a book. Whatever it might be, I can use that journal for, and it's my journal. I can use it for whatever I want. I never have to share it with anyone else. So that is one of the best things that you can do. And I'm telling you right now, if you start to incorporate this into your practice on a daily basis and you put it in your schedule, because remember, everything needs to be scheduled, you'll look back a year from now and say, wow, I just developed a new practice that has been clinically shown to sharpen my brain, improve my overall focus and recall, not just for this year as I'm younger, but into the future, which is going to be one more way that I'm going to be able to prevent the dementia and Alzheimer's as I begin to live longer and healthier in this life. So hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to link up some of those studies over at stephencabral.com/3665. Have an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Cabral Concept.